Well, it's a pretty nice day. I'm gonna start tearing the calf condo down. We just pushed it out of the way a while back, but it's time to tear it down and get rid of it. Hey there, thanks for turning down my road. If this is your first time here, my name's Carl. My little brother and I both work for local farmers full time, but we both also farm together with our cattle herd and our hay operation. Everybody's involved, from the smallest to the biggest. If you don't have the joy of farming yourself, I'd love to help you experience it through this channel. Whatever your background, you found the right place. This is Dodge Brothers Farm and Ranch. What a mess. It'll be nice to have this thing gone and out of the way. You can see it's not in the best of shape. A lot of these nails are coming out pretty easy because the wood underneath is not very good. So I've got all the steel stripped off this old calf condo, and now the way I'm going to handle it, I think, is I'm just going to cut it into sections about 4 or 5 feet long, and I'm just spearing right through it with the hay spear with the skid loader, and just carrying each section over to a spot in the grass where I can burn it. Well, it sure was nice having that big track skid loader for putting the calf condo in the fire, not having to worry about a bunch of nails getting in tires or anything. But all good things must come to an end. Our skid loader is done getting worked on at the shop, so this one is going back home to its rightful owner. We're going to get our much smaller, much older rig back. All right, let's hook up to the trailer, get down the road, and get that skid loader back. I made one quick stop on the way down to get the skid loader. You may remember down at Dad's cattle pasture, we built a fence across the creek using 55-gallon drums threaded onto a big cable, and that worked really well. They went up with the floodwaters, kept the cattle in all summer, but we were really worried about them freezing down into the creek bed over the winter, and then if it flooded in the spring, they wouldn't be able to float, and it might tear the cable out when some tree limbs and stuff come through, or even worse, pull the fence posts out. So it was time to get them out. Here comes the big horsepower. We tried to pull this whole string of barrels out of the creek by hand, and we couldn't do it. We kept getting hung up on the bank over here. So got the big 4-cylinder 2-wheel drive Ford Ranger my brother drives to work every day. We'll see how that does. So I thought I was videoing the whole time, and I just pushed start just now. Darn it. Oh well, that was pretty good. So we brought the skid loader down to the repair shop because it has a 4-cylinder diesel engine and it was only running on 3 cylinders. We had previously tried to replace an injector because the old injector in that cylinder did not look very good. Putting a new injector in it didn't do anything. I was afraid there might be some severe damage in the valve train or even in the piston rings. It did seem to have enough compression, but with a diesel you need to have a lot of compression. As it turned out, the fuel pump was not getting any fuel to that cylinder. It has a 4-port injection pump, and 3 of them were working and the 4th one was not. So we just had to have the injector pump rebuilt, and we're back in business. Well, just like that, it's winter this morning. It's cold outside. You can see the steam rising off the water tank. And the cattle have gotten the bale feeder completely empty, so it's time to try out that old skid loader and put a bale of hay in. Ladies, you can stop looking at the hay bales in the barn. I put a brand new one in the feeder for you. Go ahead and eat. Coffee time. Hey, the skid loader works great. I'm super happy with how it's running. It sounds so different. I'm gonna play a quick clip of what it sounded like before we got it fixed, next to what it sounds like now. Running on 3 cylinders versus running on 4, you can definitely tell the difference. Well, thanks for riding along. We'll see you next week.